OK, let's get this party started, Boise style.
This time on Come Dine With Me, testing the palate.
Lovely. Chocolate chicken. It was just awful.
It was a mistake.
Intriguing cuisine.
60, come on, come on, come on!
Oh!
And unusual antics.
Do you like Charlie?
I felt like I was on a carry-on sketch.
I think if he carries on, it will start to irritate me.
As four strangers compete to win a £1,000 prize.
Tell you what, my parents are going to kill me.
This week, we're in Oxfordshire, backdrop to Inspector Morse, which killed off 81 Oxtonians. Looks like there have been another 4 overnight. And hoping her guests won't end up prostrate on the floor this evening is party girl and ex-holiday rep Karina Stratford.
Still known now as Captain Karina by many of the Falloaki and Kavos crew. I'm doing the channel! Because I was a rep, I do know how to put on a party and I know how to engage with people.
Oh, yeah, you've still got it. And here's something else that might engage youngsters.
My evening is inspired by the one and only Mr. Willy Wonka. He is a legend in my eyes. I love sweets and chocolate.
And Karina is making all her dishes look like sweet delights. Her starter, meat cupcakes.
Never had savoury cupcakes.
It's certainly different.
So, no, I have no idea if that's going to work.
Meet our next contestant, accountant Cam Parker.
It would be nice if there's some nice food. You know, I like nice food myself, quality food. Some people who say to me I have high standards, I disagree with them. I'm like, you have low standards, or no standards at all.
And speaking of no standards...
Just as we got to the royal part of the regatta, we did Mooney.
Meet Gary Boyes, successful recruitment consultant and part-time DJ.
I feel like I'm the Queen of Henley.
Hiya, love!
I think everyone does remember Gary Boyes. You know, it'll be an experience that you'll always remember.
Sorry, who are you again?
Pierre White?
Yeah, still ringing, Gary.
Yeah, I'll cook for you later.
Maybe you can cook him this for a laugh. Karina is making the savoury base of what will look like a cupcake from onion, sausage meat and ketchup.
Feels quite nice, actually. It's like gunge. I would love to be gunged.
Each to their own.
That would just be, like, brilliant. I'd love it. Love it, love it, love it.
She pops the meatball mixture into cake cups and cooks. And to give it that full candy shop treatment, she'll pipe on some beetroot-infused mash tonight. On to the main, steak with chocolate chili sauce and candy cane fries. All right, Boise, you can have chocolate with meat, you know.
Chili and chocolate would definitely go well together. They are a combination, those two. It's like lamb and mint.
Go to your room. Oh, sorry, you already have. Meet final contestant, law student Connor Jones, who at just 19 already knows how to impress the ladies.
Check. People who know me describe me as eccentric, actually. People who don't know me describe me as actually quite mad. I'm the atypical teenager, I suppose. I am old before my time, as it were. I'm at least somewhere between 45 and 60.
And back with someone who's more 1830. Karina prepares her meat main.
Look at that. That is what you call a nice bit of meat. If you cook it straight from the fridge, a steak, it'll shrink, so it's better room temperature. So I'm going to leave them out.
She'll create a chocolate-infused gravy to accompany them tonight. And Cam, who doesn't eat beef, is getting chicken with its own version of the chocolate sauce made from ketchup, cocoa powder, chilli and honey.
Lovely. Chocolate chicken. There you go. You don't see that every day.
No, you ruddy don't. Karina will serve the mains with potato chips sweetened with maple syrup. On to the last of her sweet shop-themed dishes, dessert, chocolate fondant with chocolate and popping candy mousse.
This person likes candy. Everything is popping, everything is candy.
It's a heart attack waiting right there. Or just thank God I'm not diabetic.
For the fondant, she whisks together eggs, sugar and melted chocolate. Then adds cocoa powder and flour.
I'd love to have like a chocolate bath. Just sit in the bath and just lick your arm off. Look at that. Oh, people don't like this, then they are mad.
Just like you.
I think she just wants to do the dessert, if I'm honest.
I think you might be right. Karina pours the mixture into ramekins. Now for the salted caramel centre. She heats sugar, then gets distracted.
Betty bought a bit of butter to make some batter.
It's
Betty's butter
burning.
was bitter. And if she used the bitter butter and make her batter bitter, so Betty bought a bit of better butter to make her batter better.
And now it's burnt.
Oh, oh, oh.
Told you.
Fire, fire. The roof is on fire.
Looks like you've done that before. To the burnt sugar, she adds butter, salt and cream. She leaves to cool and will place it in the centre of her fondants before baking. It'll be served with the mousse.
Right, that's everything done. Time to play.
I can feel a crazy costume coming on.
Ooh, yeah!
Well, it's quite good. Her first guest is baby of the group, Connor. Crikey, they've only served him in the off-licence.
Hello, welcome. I'm Karina. Nice to meet you. Right, come on in. Oh, thank you very much. Lovely. Come on in. There you go. A little bit of K special pop. Watch the wrapper there. Cheers. Hope you like cider. Do you like cider?
Oh, I am a cider country folk.
Oh, brilliant. Connor doesn't seem, it sounds terrible, very well socialised. I think he seems a bit awkward turtle.
Give the little fella a chance. Next in, and a stickler for high standards, it's Cam.
Hello, welcome. Come on in. You look lovely.
Thank you, so do you.
I'm Karina. Hello, this
Connor.
is Connor.
Nice to meet you,
I
Connor.
can't remember your name again.
Cam.
Cam. I'll get you a drink.
Oh,
I have got
yes.
some special K-pop.
Have you got any wine? Her outfit was brave, but she's carrying through a theme. Not something I would do personally, not at an adult sort of dinner party.
Sadly for you, there's another kid on the block, the Gary Boys. Nice shirt.
Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Come on in.
Hi, lovely to meet you. I'm Gary.
I'm Karina.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Gary.
Nice to meet you, Karina.
Nice shirt.
Thank you very
Loving
much.
it.
Loving the hair as well.
It's a hat.
Yeah.
Karina.
Didn't get your
Gary.
Gary,
Or you can
that's
call me
it.
Boise.
Okay.
Gary or Boise, call me either name.
Gary for now.
Gary for now is fine. By the end of the week,
Maybe. I don't know what I'll be calling
don't know
you.
what you'll be called.
I've got a few ideas.
You're
So that's
I've
got
got
my
to
bit out
ask,
of the way.
is this top come off or does it...
Steady on.
Depends how many I da, da, da.
Coming up, chocolate overload,
I didn't know what it was about. What was it for?
a probing guest,
You haven't got a wedding ring on.
No, I haven't.
Why not?
Because I'm not married.
Did you take it off specially for tonight?
and juvenile banter.
What do you call a fish with no eyes?
Just not funny at all.
Tonight, fun-loving social worker Karina Stratford is hoping to win the £1,000 by cooking up a sugary menu inspired by Willy Wonka.
So now I'm going to decorate my...
Cupcakes?
Oh, what are they called? I'm showing you. Lost it.
Cupcakes.
Cupcakes!
Well done.
That's what they're called, cupcakes.
Yes, she blends her heated mash with pureed beetroot to make it look like pink icing. Oh, it's then piped onto the meat base. Looks fit for a bakery. Meat cupcakes.
You're all right there.
I'm just working out what to do.
See, that's what I like. That's what I wanted.
I actually didn't want to eat any of it. I just thought, I can't put that in my mouth. I don't know what it's going to taste like.
It was actually very, very nice. I didn't expect it to be that nice, but I like what she did with the mash and the beetroot. It's really nice.
Are you sure? At the table, part-time DJ Gary, a.k.a. Boise, is giving clues about his job.
Would you wear this shirt?
I would wear those colours, or probably a dress with a similar pattern.
OK.
I would wear that shirt in the 70s.
Are you a Peter Kay style DJ?
Get in there!
Are you the man that goes, what are you tonight? Hard. Yeah. You are.
I'm the guy that said, you got to get up to get down.
Gary's got a lot to say. I think Gary is sort of talking over people. I think if he carries on, it will start to irritate me.
You're a student. I'm
Oh, that's
guessing.
easy. You're getting away with that one.
And you might work in Sainsbury's at part-time. That's what students do, and yeah, which is fair enough.
I think I'm getting on quite well with all the, want of a better phrase, all the older people. I might be more mature than them. I don't know yet. It's too early to say.
Cam, I'm thinking... Oh, you're a tricky one to work out. Come on, give me a clue. Will it give it away, will it?
It would really give it away.
Oh, just tell me then.
Calculator, numbers.
Oh, what are they called?
As soon as I say calculator, that's it.
Oh, accountant. You're an accountant.
That's a conversation killer, as I think this might be. Karina grills the chocolate chicken for non-beef eater Cam and pan-fries steak for the others.
I think they appreciated my starter. I don't think they necessarily liked it, but they appreciated it.
Carrying on regardless, Karina gives the chili gravy a hint of chocolate. Oh, I think that's enough.
It's different. I didn't think it'd be that chocolatey.
Here it goes, steak with a slightly over-chocolatey chili sauce. And for Cam, some chicken. I think it's cooked.
What inspired you?
I have got a sweet tooth, and I've heard of it being done with, like, chilli, like chili con carne, so I thought I'd try it with a...
Go on, fella, get it all in.
So, what do you think?
I think it's different. It's got its own place, isn't it?
The bin.
Just like me.
It didn't work for me. I didn't know what it was about. What was it for? It was just like creativity beyond food.
You don't like the sauce, do you?
Well,
I want to run it under the tap.
Under the tap. Blimey, she meant it.
Gary didn't like the chocolate, which is fine. I knew someone wasn't going to like it.
I kind of almost wanted to do the same as Gary with the washing off the chocolate. In the end, I decided that I liked it.
It was just awful. Yes, I like chicken, but I like my chicken to be
Washed?
quite tender, not overcooked, and the whole of the top was burnt.
I think my main course went down with a mixed review.
I think it did.
I think my sweets throughout is working to a certain extent. I don't think it's to everybody's taste.
The chat's moved on. Single man Gary's noticed something about Cam.
in fact, you haven't got a wedding ring on.
No, I haven't.
Why not?
Because I'm not married.
Did you take it off specially for tonight?
Yes, I did.
Did you think tonight was your lucky night?
Yeah.
Did you look at the menu and you thought, you know what, tonight is my night?
Look, you can see the tan mark, can't you?
Is it not 10 more? Do you want to get married?
Maybe. Depends. To the right person.
Have you been married?
Have you been married?
Yes.
Ah. Have you been propositioned at a dining table with strangers?
Many times.
Really?
Many times.
Come on, tell us about that. What happened?
I don't want to tell you
Really?
about that.
How many times have you been...
So,
Should we move on?
yes.
All right. She doesn't actually answer many questions. She diverts them. But we've got a few more days for me to work on that.
I'm not going to sort of show every side of my private life.
Perish the thought.
What's your status?
What's your status?
No, just single.
Just single?
Yes.
Single and ready to mingle.
Free, ready.
He's still a virgin.
Gary!
Get in there.
Are you, Gary?
Fire on hat.
Yeah. Actually, I was 17 when I lost my virginity. How old were you?
You won't get an answer from Cam. Karina has one last chance to try for the golden ticket with dessert. This time it's meant to be really chocolatey. Chocolate fondant with white chocolate mousse. Looks a bit squished.
It's really sweet.
You seem surprised.
Probably.
Yeah, and it's a huge portion.
Yeah, you don't have to eat it all.
I think this might make it better.
Is that the chocolate meat gravy from earlier?
If it ruins it, it's your own fault.
You tell me that that's not amazing.
I'm going to try some of yours.
Yes.
I don't want to pour it all over
one
my
over and
plate.
over.
It's like chilli chocolate custard.
Chili chocolate custard.
I think that sugar's beginning to take effect. Taxi!
I thought dessert was nice. It was just a bit too rich for me, I think. Certainly after having the chocolate in the main course.
I've forced myself to eat what I did eat. So that's why I'm giving her a 6.
When it comes to food, I have to say she should stick to a tuck shop. She gets 5 from me.
I think some of her food might have didn't quite hit the mark, so I'm going to give her a good solid 7.
So Karina's night was a little too sweet for her guests, and she scores just 18. It's the second day of the competition, and it's the turn of 19-year-old law student Connor to prove he can cook. You old enough to be doing that?
I know my food, I know what I'm doing, I know how I'm doing it, and I think I will put us through.
I think Connor's dinner party, I'm laughing already, so that's a good sign. I think it will be quite studenty, cheap and cheerful.
Being young, I don't know how much cooking experience he has. Not many students can actually cook, so...
Well, let's find out. For his starter, Connor's serving pot noodle. I'm joking, he's serving gazpacho.
Gazpacho.
Oh, come on.
Gazpacho. I should know this.
I thought you were the sophisticated one. Connor, you're going to have to enlighten them.
It's a cold soup. It's a simple dish to do, and it means I don't need to faff around with any kind of cooking process for starters. I can just plate it out straight away.
Just like a pot noodle, Connor chops spring onions, then tomatoes.
Tomatoes are notorious for blunting knives.
You pesky tomatoes.
If you're going to ever chop a tomato, you should always use a serrated knife.
Good tip. He blends them with garlic, celery, and the spring onions before sieving.
There is a debate as to whether or not gazpacho should be sieved.
In your social circles, maybe. Finally, in goes red wine vinegar.
Lovely and mediocre.
Is that a word?
Right. Très bien.
Ooh, languages as well. With the gazpacho complete, it's on to the main. Fillet of pork, stuffed with figs and Cheshire cheese with apple mash. That doesn't sound very studenty either.
I am a little bit surprised by that. Yeah, it's not super noodle, so I hope he can pull it off.
Sounds like something you get for, like, Thanksgiving or something like that, doesn't it?
You'll find that's turkey. Connor starts with the pork.
Pigs themselves, bless their hearts, are completely pointless.
Oh, I don't know.
If they weren't tasty, I think they would have gone the same way as the dodo or the St. Christopher Islands wren.
You didn't do this to the dodo, did you? He tenderises the meat, then stuffs with Parma ham, dried figs, Cheshire cheese, and lots of pointy sticks to hold it together.
There's a death trap now. I can't actually pick it up without getting tetanus or something.
Connor sears the meat, adding butter, cider, and sage.
My main done. I just need to cook it later tonight.
As Cam doesn't eat pork, she's having lamb with mash and red wine jus.
If lamb is overcooked, it can be a bit chewy, and I had enough of chewy food last night.
For the jus, he fries homegrown shallots, rosemary, and thyme. Red wine goes in, easy there. Then stock. He'll pan-fry the meat tonight and serve both dishes with jus and mash. On to dessert. Strawberry and white chocolate mousse with homemade shortbread.
Heaven. That sounds like my cup of tea.
I haven't done anything bad yet.
Connor begins with the mousse, combining strawberry puree and eggs with melted white chocolate. Gelatin and whipped cream follow.
Lovely.
Oh, wow, cool magnets. Next, the shortbread.
This is 8 ounces.
Do they not teach metric these days?
Just dislike the metric system. I really do. I don't know why. I don't know why I have such a hatred for it.
Because you're actually 65? He mixes the butter with flour and sugar.
You should always roll up pastries and, things like this, basically dough, in one direction.
The pastry is cut into biscuits.
And then with bated breath into the oven.
He'll serve the shortbread with the mousse. With the food prepped, it's time to show them what a 19-year-old can do.
Right, if I don't burn the house down, I should be a very happy man.
Aiming high. Oh, pretty in pink. First to arrive at Connor's parents' house is Boys, Gary Boys.
Hey, how you doing? Good to see you again, buddy. You all right?
Again, yes.
For you.
Thank
Great
you.
to see you.
Come in, come in.
Thanks for inviting me.
He kind of had to. Next, it's the woman who thinks students can't cook, Cam.
Hello.
Lovely to see you again.
Nice to see you again. Long time no see.
Hello. Pleasure to see you as always.
Now, mind your... Whoa, too late. Finally, it's Karina. You all right in those heels?
Hello, Karina. How are you?
Thank you. Well, here's to a very good night, and I hope it will go off splendidly.
I'm sure it will.
Cheers.
OK, Connor, this is it. Are you ready to impress them?
I've tried the starter. I'm not sure if it'll be to everyone's taste, if I'm entirely honest. It seemed a bit light. It seemed a bit, I would say bereft of flavour, but it tastes as it should. But as a soup, it should be interesting to see how people like it.
Oh, don't be so modest. Topped with peppers and croutons, it's ready. Gazpacho. Hopefully the guests won't think it's bereft of flavour.
Try a bit of Tabasco sauce with it as well.
Yeah.
How's your acting going?
It's cold.
So
It is
quick,
cold,
Boise.
yes.
Okay, that's part of the process.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The starter was good. For somebody his age, he's done really well. Good on him.
Not at all patronising.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really tasty. And it was like nice because it cleansed your palate and sort of got you ready.
Not so studenty after all.
So you do a lot of dinner parties by the sound of things, don't you?
Well, I try. They cost a bomb, so I can't limit them.
On a student's budget, I can imagine it does.
Well, he's not your average student.
I hate clubs. Give me a pub. I am happy in a village pub. Modern music. It's just Morse code.
So what do you do?
It's just and then some singing over it. So the best night out I've ever had at a club was a friend's birthday, and I bought my own music and headphones. And so I was on the dance floor dancing to my own music, which is 70s and 80s sort of stuff.
A totally different beat.
Oh God, yeah. But I don't care because I was listening to good music. So
Oh my God, I'd love to see that. I can just see him there.
What can I say? Why? What? I mean, just don't go to the club.
that was the course that I was most worried about, the cold soup, obviously, because not many people have cold soup, and I myself thought it was a bit bland. But with the Tabasco sauce, certainly my one was very, very nice. I did enjoy it.
Well, I'm glad you're happy. Time to get your main out, young'un. As the pork roasts, Connor pan-fries the lamb, then does his special dance.
They're hot, that means they're cooked. Brilliant.
You have been studying. And Connor has a chef's thermometer to make sure his food is degree perfect.
Might as well use the aids I have. Let's see. Generally speaking, it's chicken that needs to be over 75. That's normally the highest temperature, but that's definitely cooked. Beef, you can get away with around the 50 mark. One.
Oh, no, he's measuring the mash now.
Oh, come on, 60, 60, 60. Come on, come on, come on!
And getting rapidly cooler, Connor.
Come on! Come on!
Oh, here it is. Temperature perfect pork fillet and apple mash. And lamb for Cam, both with a red wine jus.
This looks amazing.
I'm not a huge meat eater, but if I'm going to eat meat occasionally, it's lamb.
Ah, good, good. That's a bit of luck then.
The jus was a little bit disappointing, but it was good mashed potato.
It was 60 degrees, you know.
It was very pleasant and tasted nice.
You're doing well, Connor. You should impress them with your wit.
This is my favourite penguin joke I've ever read, ever.
Oh, go on then.
What did the fish say when it swam into the wall? Damn! Oh. What do you call a fish with no eyes?
I like that.
When people say, "Oh, I have a joke, let me tell you a joke," that immediately is like a switch that goes off in my head and saying, "Oh, this is going to be pathetic."
What do you call a donkey wearing a cowboy hat with one eye and 3 legs? A honky donkey, winky wonky donkey.
Just not funny at all.
Connor's been great tonight. He's driven all the conversation and he's been great fun.
For someone of his age, I think he's done really well.
And this plucky little 19-year-old is planning to make it a hat-trick with his favourite dessert.
I hope to impress him with this course. This is my signature course.
And his signature is strawberry and white chocolate mousse with homemade shortbread. Nice spoon stroke.
Totally bang on. Toot.
That is really good, Connor. This
Thank
is
you.
good dessert. Well done.
Yes, well done, Connor.
We've known each other for 2 days now.
Yeah.
Okay, so one thing that we've not shared with each other that we'd like to share on the table now.
I'll go first. I have Asperger's syndrome, which is
You weren't expecting that, were you, Gary?
it's more of a social thing than anything else. It really it impedes you with in a learning kind of thing.
Okay.
In a social scenario, and it makes you very angry as well.
Is it?
Mine is a high function Asperger's. I don't know what that means, but I've managed to overcome the anger. In year 3, I was throwing chairs at the headmaster. So I've stopped doing that now.
I've got a lot of experience.
Oh, of course, you're a care worker. Yeah.
You know what? Well done to you, young man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
For saying that as well. Okay, who's next? It's got to be a female next.
I think so.
Cam,
Yes.
you can go first.
Yeah, top that.
That's what we don't know
One
about
thing
you.
we don't know about each other. Come on, one. There must be one.
I didn't choose accountancy as a career. I sort of just fell into it.
Taxes.
Dessert tonight was fantastic, actually. I think the young man did an amazing job.
Connor's dessert was very good. I finished most of it, so that's a good sign.
As the younger one, I hope that I have impressed him, and I feel that I do.
He did a great job, and tonight, from me, he gets an 8.
I'm going to give him a 7.
Connor's food was really pleasant, just like Connor, but there was no wow factor, so I'm going to give him a 6.
That gives Connor a very grown-up score of 21, putting him top of the class.
Tell you what, my parents are going to kill me.
Why? What have you done? Coming up, hot under the collar,
Is it too spicy?
It's getting spicier. I don't like spicy food.
hot on the tongue,
I knew it would be spicy. I didn't think it'd be that spicy. I'm in so much pain, it's ridiculous.
and hot on the water.
I feel like I'm a celebrity. It's the most amazing thing that's happened to me for a long time.
It's day 3 of the competition from Oxfordshire, and host Cam Parker is hoping her night of Punjabi food will raise the standards.
My night is going to represent who I am. It's going to be home cooking, my mother's cooking. It's going to be sophisticated as well, so they're in for a treat.
I think Cam's evening tonight is going to be very glamorous and classy.
Still, we haven't found out too much about her, but she has this essence of sophistication surrounding her, certainly compared to us other 3.
That's not difficult. Cam's starter is sag pakora with tamarind sauce.
Sag is spinach.
Yes?
And the sauce is just kind of like a liquid sort of thing that goes on top.
Very incisive. And the pakora bit is a Punjabi style of bhaji. To make the sauce, Cam muddles together lime juice, ginger and coriander, adding tamarind last.
I just want to test it. That's fine. I'm going to make the relish now, and I'm using 3 vegetables. And this one is quite a popular one that we use. It's called mulli. It's been a while since I've used one of these.
She turns the mulli in her instrument of torture.
I quite like this. Is the fun part.
Joy. Garnish done, she'll make the pakora just before serving. Next, the main, meti chicken with saffron rice.
I know what saffron rice is. That's rice cooked with saffron.
Well done.
And it's with chicken, which is done in a way which is endemic to this dish.
All right, Connor, you
And
haven't got a
there's
clue.
paneer as well, which...
I have to say I don't look forward to this at all.
Not a fan of spicy food? For her curry, Cam fries onion, chilli and garlic.
There's nothing worse to an Indian, to a proud Indian, than somebody insulting their food.
It had better be good then.
I might have to ring my mum. Hello, Mum. मैं Cam बोलती हूँ। हाँ जी मैं ठीक है। अच्छा, all right, मैंने चेता नहीं सी। अच्छा, all right then, Mum. Okay then, thank you. Bye, bye.
What her mum actually suggested was exactly how much garam masala to add, followed by tomatoes and then the chicken. She leaves to slow cook. Finally, dessert. Pistachio kulfi with griddled mango.
My tummy is rumbling now.
I think I'm going to go home very, very hungry.
Actually, that's very nice. I look forward to that.
For the kulfi, or Indian ice cream, Cam heats condensed milk, evaporated milk and double cream.
It's very sweet. You don't need too much of it.
Karina might not agree. In goes crushed cardamom before it's left to set. Cam will griddle the mangoes before serving, so she has just enough time to get changed.
Ta-da! Transformed into Bollywood babe.
Very sophisticated. Oh, hello. First to arrive is Karina.
Thank you.
Drinks on the ready for you. You look lovely.
I just, my friend had this, so I was like, and then I've been Googling all day, like, how to put it on, and I couldn't do it, so I've just got kind of makeshift it.
Yeah.
I've got my big old Bridget Jones on underneath. It's all tucked in.
Belt and braces. Next in is current leader Connor.
Oh, hello. Thank you very much. You just like sprung on me there.
Finally, it's the non-curry crazy Gary.
Hello.
Hello.
What a lovely spot.
Right, cheers, everybody.
Cheers, thanks.
Cheers, good night. Some good food.
I think something slipped. The Bridget Jones is coming out.
Classy. Quick, Cam, go and make those pakoras. She mixes together more vegetables, chopped this time, spices and chickpea flour.
I think that's right.
They're then deep-fried and served with salad.
Perfect.
Even if you do say so yourself. Here is the starter, pakora.
So tuck in, guys.
It's amazing. Oh, it's just yummy. You could taste the coriander. You could just taste, like, the different elements that went into that. It was a really nice eating experience.
It was really light and refreshing, actually. It was very Moorish.
So tell me, Gary, what do you think? Honest opinion. I can take it.
I think it's interesting.
You right?
I think I don't not like it, so it's okay.
That is a good sign there.
It is a very
Yeah,
good sign.
he's finished
yeah.
before any of us.
Well, I've
Definitely.
not eaten it for a few days, so you have to bear that in mind.
Oh, okay.
Good one, Gary.
I think he loved it. He just didn't want to say it.
It was quite safe in the fact that it was palatable. It wasn't bad, it wasn't great, it was okay.
Meanwhile, Boise's found something he's much more enamoured
I
with.
don't even need to...
What I love about different cultures of Britain is that we
Yeah.
get to
What's so funny?
really see.
Do you like Charlie?
Oh, it's got a
You
name.
know what? It's taken me years to rear Charlie.
How old is Charlie?
Charlie's about 5.
5 inches,
I
that's that.
fed him really well.
The thingy cactus. That's great, isn't it? I felt like I was on a Carry On sketch.
I think the cactus must be her husband's. He must put things around his house basically to remind him to laugh.
That cactus plant says nothing about me. My personality is the plant we have in the house that is just naturally grown that way. But the fact that Gary picked up on it, that doesn't surprise me. I thought, you're not going to pick on any of the ornaments that are from India or anywhere else. You're going to go for this cactus plant. So I think that said more about him.
Time for the main. Cam layers saffron and plain rice, then checks on the curry.
It's spicy, but not too spicy.
And what's more, it's ready. Meti chicken garnished with a chilli.
Well, we're all quiet, so it must be good. The curry was just perfect, actually. It wasn't too hot for me. It was just a perfect balance.
I don't know if Gary would agree.
Are you enjoying it, Gary? You really are tucking in, I have to say.
It gets hotter.
Is it spicy for you? Is it too spicy?
It's getting spicier.
The curry was a bit too hot for me. It was just a little bit too spicy. I don't like spicy food. I didn't understand what we were eating.
It's called curry, fella. It's quite popular.
But I thought you'd be a man that you could handle your spice, Gary.
Are you saying that men who can't handle spice are not men?
They're not real men, no.
I can feel a challenge coming on.
Just to prove that you really are a man, see that chilli there? I think you should eat that chilli.
If I eat this,
Yes.
I get to wear a sari.
You're on.
I wouldn't try this at home.
Well done, Gary.
Bit hot.
I just wanted to see him suffer a little bit.
I think it worked.
Does that help?
It's just hilarious. It's made my night.
I think I'm manly enough, but I think she overstepped the mark tonight. That wasn't fun.
You didn't have to eat it.
And it ruined my meal, and it was uncomfortable.
He's such a fool. He's like, yeah, big I am. And he just fell into the peer pressure. He fell into Cam's web.
He's not the only one.
I'll make a better show of it.
No, Connor.
I knew it would be spicy. I didn't think it'd be that spicy.
Hasn't kicked in yet. Give it time.
Oh, now it's It was a mistake, and it was a mistake made worse by the fact that I chewed it too long. I was sweating. I couldn't see, actually, for all the water.
James.
Might have a shower, if that's OK.
So much for your sophisticated night, Cam.
I'm in so much pain, it's ridiculous.
Oh, bless you.
Hold on, I didn't get any arse.
You're wearing it.
I got not one arse.
At least dessert isn't spicy. With the mangoes griddled, it's ready to serve.
This is delicious. If anybody doesn't like this, they need help.
Kulfi with caramelised mango.
Can you just tell me what we've got here? 'Cause I don't
Right,
understand
we
the
have
menu.
got kulfi here,
Yeah.
which is like an Indian ice cream.
OK, perfect.
So it's got cardamoms in it, pistachio nuts on top.
Kind of like got a savoury hint, hasn't it?
That's the pistachios.
Compared to the other nights, tonight is the most sophisticated so far.
Don't speak too soon. Remember the bet Gary made with our host earlier?
We have a surprise guest.
Hey,
My friend Gordy.
all the way from
Say hello.
Hi,
Say hello all the way from Bollywood.
I am speechless.
no.
You're enjoying it.
There's no limit.
Enjoying it too much.
Anyone else hiding behind the sofa? Taxi! Come on, please!
Really enjoyed dessert, but it just wasn't sweet enough for me.
It was gorgeous. It really, really was.
One of the best nights so far. I mean, we had a good time on the other two nights, but I think my night was just that little bit extra.
Certainly had something.
Gary and the sari is something that will keep me awake at night for a very long time.
I'd keep that to yourself.
It was really nice food, so I'm going to score her an 8.
The food was really, really good, so I'm going to give her an 8.
The whole night was, unfortunately for me, was too spicy. And then I was asked to man up, take a chili, which actually made it even worse. It ruined my palate, and unfortunately for me, right now, I'm going to have to score a 5.
Despite an unsophisticated ending, the food is anything but, so Cam goes joint first with Connor. It's the final day, and the turn of part-time DJ Gary, who's hoping his personality will help him win the money.
Entertainment, I'm 20 out of 10. OK?
Okay.
So, I do believe I'm going to win tonight.
Gary's night. We will be seeing a lot of Gary. We will be hearing a lot of Gary.
How's that? Sorry.
I just hope that there isn't so much Gary, that I'm overpowered by Gary.
I'm looking forward to Gary's night, and it's our last night as well. Gary, he better deliver, because if he doesn't, then...
Well, his starter's not exactly haute cuisine. Asparagus, bacon and egg on toast.
Sounds nice, but I'm not really a fan of poached egg.
Too savoury.
Oh, I love asparagus. I really do. I hate poached egg, but I love asparagus.
Good, because Gary is cutting them to size.
Perfect soldiers, ready to be consumed.
He then moves on to the bacon.
Here we go. So. It's not cooking, is it?
Let it heat up.
It is slowly. It's a slow, what we call a slow cook. A little bit more oil. This is what I'm talking about. Ah, boom! See, I believe you sing to your bacon, it comes alive. To lend a hand.
Oh, dear.
Bacon.
He'll cook the asparagus and the eggs just before serving. On to the main. Rack of lamb with port sauce and dauphinoise potatoes. Actually, that sounds quite good, Gazza.
Oh, I do love lamb.
OK, Gary. Bit adventurous for you.
This is it. This is where the action starts. A good bit of British Cotswold English lamb.
Which he sears in oil, which is hot this time.
That just absolutely smells divine. There you go. There she rides.
Meat seared, he moves on to his sauce, adding veg to meat bones.
Lamb bones. God bless you and all that's sour with you.
Next, port. Ew. And it's left to simmer.
Bon voyage. Now I'm going to make my pomme dauphinoise.
Just get on with it. Gary builds layers of sliced potato, covering with a mix of milk, cream and garlic.
Perfection.
He bakes and will serve with the main. On to dessert. Crumble with a rumble.
Not sure what this rumble will be. It could be anything, it's Gary.
I do like crumble.
But
Quite heavy dessert, though.
If they don't like rum, I'm stuffed on this one.
what if they don't like apples?
So, I'm going to use some coulis, raspberry coulis.
I think you'll find it's coulis.
I'm basically going to pour that in.
To the packet coulis, he adds cinnamon, almonds and sugar. Next for the rum.
Wow. That tastes quite nice, actually.
Oh, not again. Well, that'll learn you.
This was where it could go horribly wrong. Crumble with a rumble.
I think your guests will be rumbling after all that booze. He leaves the rum with some fruit to simmer and will add packet crumble later. Hardly that inspiring, but at least he's got his personality to fall back on.
OK, let's get this party started, Boise style.
Great idea! And today, Boise style includes an arrival by boat. All right, it's not a hen do. First to arrive at Gary's riverside home is Karina.
I feel like I'm a celebrity. Gary, you didn't let me down at all. This is amazing.
Hello there.
Wowee.
I just felt so special. It's the most amazing thing that's happened to me for a long time. And
Nice strap
to come
marks.
along-
Great to see you.
Second in is Connor, and he's dressed up for the
See you,
occasion.
buddy.
And finally, the one with the standards, Cam.
Please, my lady.
Stylish enough for you?
I think the boats was a flash idea, but it didn't really work.
Welcome to Henley.
Oh, thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers. Tally ho.
Tally-ho.
Coming up, a tricky customer.
That's really sweet. No, I can't eat that.
Cam was very critical. She got him running.
I wasn't prepared for an attack at me immediately as soon as I sat down.
And the results are revealed.
In second place, we have... I think it's time to get this party started. So, hit it, Cyril. Yeah, here we go.
Tonight, recruitment consultant host Gary Boys is hoping to win the prize money by wowing his guests with his hosting skills, but clearly not his rhythm.
I think I'm on course to winning. However, I'm not going to be cocky and I'm not going to be overconfident because anything could go wrong at any time in this kitchen.
Better crack on with the starter then.
If I don't get the timing right in this, I've really actually messed the whole dish up.
Gary poaches his eggs.
Good luck.
Seconds later, haute cuisine.
If that's the starter, just imagine what the dessert's going to be like.
Brace yourselves. Asparagus, bacon and egg on toast with soggy watercress.
You all right, Gary? You look very red.
It was just a little bit hot upstairs, so we got
Did
there.
my egg go a bit wrong?
Why'd you say that?
It looks like it's in pain.
Well, give it a go.
I will do.
That's what I'd say.
I'll do my best.
As soon as I saw it arrive on the plate, it just looked like a big mess.
Is the asparagus supposed to be cold?
Yeah, I did make it
Yeah.
cold. It wasn't actually a warm asparagus, but I could have done one if you wanted to.
Oh, OK, so it wasn't meant to be cold. Oh,
It was meant to be cold, yeah.
it was?
Yeah.
OK.
It's quite an avant-garde sort of asparagus style, that.
Thank you, sir.
I think the poached egg was slightly overdone, and so was the asparagus. It's just a pity that it wasn't executed well.
The starter wasn't so good. The bread was really tough and I just didn't think it complemented each other too well.
This egg, is it free range? It is. Okay, definitely free range.
You wouldn't say
Because
anything, would you?
if the chickens have been like treated really badly, I can't eat this egg.
I only used free-range eggs.
Right.
Cam was very critical over the starter. She got him running.
It tastes weird. Ew. That's really sweet. No, I can't eat that.
Do you like it, Connor?
I like it. I have a very
Perfect.
sweet tooth.
Perfect.
You don't need to be polite with Gary. I thought, you know what, if he can dish it out, he can take it.
I wasn't prepared for an attack at me immediately as soon as I sat down. But you know what? I'm prepared now. And, you know, ring, ring, round two.
Where's Mr. Fun gone? Will he be back with the main?
Perfect.
Always gravy meant to be that runny. Rack of lamb with dauphinoise potatoes. Definitely looks better than your starter.
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Good.
It does look good.
It didn't look very appetising because it was almost like a soup arriving with the lamb on top.
I like soup with lamb chops. It was just like all sloshing about.
It's good, Gary. I don't not like it.
Praise indeed.
Gary has been very stressed tonight. Like, he was so quiet. And, like, it was just, like, it really unnerved me. It was like that tension when you've had an argument with your spouse or something and you don't know what you've said or done wrong.
I don't think he's somebody who's used to being in the kitchen at all, and he gave that away completely.
It's...
Finish your food.
I can't. I probably will. I do
enough?
eat quite slowly.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so I'll eat a bit more.
I just want to make sure you don't complain that it's cold.
Yep, your hosting needs a bit of work as well.
Have I been stressed? Yes, but I think the best performers strive on stress.
I think your guests might disagree, and you've only got one more course to bring them round.
Look at that. Wow, that's rumbling.
Well, that sounds promising. Crumble with a rumble. Go on, Gary. Last chance to show them your personality.
Let's get ready, let's get ready, let's get ready to rumble.
He's back.
All right.
I guess it might be rhurbarb. But
It's not. It's apple.
Is it apple? So what's with the rum?
The food was that bad. They give you an apple rumble.
Rumble.
So by the time you've eaten it, you forgot about anything else anyway.
I couldn't tell what it was. If it was apple, what it was disguised with, because that did not taste like apple.
I like my ratio much more crumble. Maybe say 2/3 crumble to 1/3 fruit. I think I got a good, 7/8 fruit, 1/8 crumble.
It's about the food, and the food doesn't impress me. So it's like it sums Gary up to a T actually tonight, because it's all about the exterior. It's not about what goes on the inside. So yeah, I think it's reflected him quite well.
I think we better see how the night is reflected in his scores. He needs to beat Connor and Cam, who are in the lead with 21.
Wish he just practiced with his food a bit more, because it just wasn't up to scratch. So for that reason, I could only really give him a 6.
I expected much, much more. The food was quite disappointing, and for that reason, I'm going to give Gary a 5.
I'm going to give Gary a 5.
Oh dear. But as Gary is host, it's up to him to announce the winner.
To see who the winner is! In 4th place, it's me! Yes! In 3rd place, it's Karina! In 2nd place, we have no one!
Meaning?
Joint 1st place, Connor and Cam! Yes! I don't really feel last. I feel like a winner myself. Go! Yeah!
I've had a great week. I've had some brilliant experiences, and that's all that matters to me.
It's brilliant. I'm so proud of myself. And this is for you, Mum.
I honestly don't mind the fact that I'm sharing it. I'm £500 better off. You know, I would be happy if I was £20 better off, really.
Oh, students.
At a show on Tuesday, she was in her mindset. Tempered furs and spangled boots. Looks are deceiving, make me